Hello, it's Yolan from the Scratch Education Club, and today I'm bringing you a tutorial to the motion blocks. So you can see pretty much the basic motion blocks on the right, and some of them are self-explanatory, some of them are more advanced. So let's get into the first block. This one is probably one of the more self-explanatory ones. I do not want you to connect. This is just going to move 10 steps to the right or 10 steps to the left, depending on what you set this to. So I'm just going to do this, and that's going to go left. If it was just no negative sign before it, it's going to go right. So let's move backwards. I don't know if you noticed it. Oh, okay, there we go. It's a little laggy for the recording, but who cares? Move 10 steps back, and let's get rid of that block. The next block I'm going to introduce you to is this turn block. You have to know that if I pull up the information tab here, there's a rotation style. I'm going to get into rotation style a little bit later in this video, but it has to be on full in order to notice anything when we're in this block. It's going to turn 15 degrees to the right, another 15 degrees, another 15 degrees, another 15 degrees, and this one's going to just go counterclockwise. 15 degrees, 15 degrees, 15 degrees until it's upright. Okay, let's get rid of these two blocks and get to the next block. Block is the point direction block. If I can get rid of these two blocks. Okay, the point direction block, you can get to point in a certain direction. So, left, bam, it's going to point to the left. And you can set this to a custom angles, like 50. Let's try that. Bam. So let's get to right 90 angle. Just a side note for that, if you pull up the information tab, there's a little thing right here. You can actually drag this and get to 90 without using the block. Point towards block, it's going to point towards the mouse pointer. Make sure it's on full rotation style here. Watch if I put it in left right. Okay, let me simply do this. How about that? So it won't just point to the right. Okay, I put it to the left. Notice that it did not point toward like this way. It actually point to the left or right because I set the rotation style. You can notice the directions here, but although it's set to left right, so it will not turn. It will always be either left or right. But if I set the rotation style back, there you go. It comes back to normal. The go-to block, you can set it to go to a certain coordinate. I don't have to pull up the information tab. You can just notice it right there. That's the X and Y coordinate of the current sprite. Let's set it to 10. And then when I click the block, X10, Y0, you can notice a slight change in the Scratch Cat's position. We can also set it back to 0 and get to the center of the stage. Yep. Bam. Next thing, go to mouse pointer. It will go to the X and Y coordinate of the mouse pointer, but I might have to drag that press space key block again. Let's drag it. And it's going to go to the mouse pointer. Wherever it is, it's just going to go when I press the space bar. Okay, let's get rid of this. Glide. Glide, this is where it gets a little bit fun. So, glide is basically, it'll glide like an airplane to the certain X and Y coordinates set to in this many seconds. So if you want a very slow glide, you can put like 100 seconds and it's going to move like a turtle. If you put like 0.5 seconds, like you can't even notice it. So let's do that right now. Bam. And it does that. if on edge of bounds, this isn't really good for any projects without a forever block because usually you're going to have to detect if it's on the edge or not. So I'm just going to manually drag this to the edge and run this block. Bam. It flips off of the edge like in a Pong game. It would like bonk, bonk, bonk. And then the last block I'm going to show you is the set rotation style. You can manually set it, or you can automatically set it. You can set left, right, automatically. You can see it just did that right now. And you can also set to don't even rotate. No matter how hard you try to drag this thing now, it won't rotate. That's the end of my tutorial for the motion blocks. Thanks for